I thought I just knocked over my tea. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 9. We're back here. Welcome to episode 9 of Welcome to You show.
Well, would you look at that? A phone that can tell you what you're looking at.
Those are cirrus clouds. They often appear before a change in the weather.
Dormammu, the Cosmic Conqueror. What the hell does that even mean?
I'm talking to one person. And that's you, whoever you are. It's me over here, and it's you over there. And something tells me that I'm talking to myself. Maybe, maybe not. I have my tea over here. It's pomegranate tea. How's the angle? Is that better? It's so hot. Look at that. So what's going on? If you're new to the show, this is a show where we do nothing and you can sit back and do nothing with me. Oh, we're just taking a break from the day. Just hanging out. Today is Wednesday, September 3rd, 12:03 a.m. My favorite Persian hip hop artist is this guy. His name is Ali Sorana. Yeah, look him up. He's pretty good. What's up with you? How are you doing? I have been meditating a lot. And the great question of who am I is on my mind. Who am I? If you say something in your head and you answer it, were you the person who asked it, or are you the person who's answering it? And if you knew the answer, why did you ask it in the first place? I have a little plant by the window. I had a dream that it turned to a lotus. Where do our thoughts come from? What is the distance between you and me? You're asking, what do you mean physically? Something I felt once. There's this place that is very light and empty. It has no feelings, there's nothing attached to it. And everything sort of exists and comes from that. I was able to touch it for or sense it for a second. But I knew for sure it existed. And all of this and that and you and me and all these personalities and thoughts and blah 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 blah, all of it comes from there. And it's just one thing. One huge emptiness. So when I ask you, what's the distance between you and me? There is no you and me, there is just that. Jesus Christ, bro. Really? We went right there? Get the fuck out of here. That's what I mean. Maybe that's what I mean when I say I'm talking to me, when I'm talking to you. These words that comes out of my mouth, The sound that I make. I am listening to the sound that I make right now. What is it made out of? What is sound made out of? It's vibration. It's vibration. Oh. Sound is very important in our world, huh? Sound communicates things. You just hear a sound, but a bunch of meaning floods into your awareness. Like if I tell you a piece of brick getting dragged on the asphalt, did you hear the sound? One sound will make you cry, another sound will make you cringe, another sound makes you run away, another sound makes you excited, another sound gets you bored, another sound. You live in sound. Your definitions are based on sound. This is sound. Language is manipulated sound, or it's just sound. An actor gets up on stage to tell a story that an audience absorbs. The actor needs to find the character within himself. Not out there. It's never out there. People are not interested in out there. It's not why we do art. In here, that's the function of art. That's the function of art. That's the device of art. If it's a device, it's that. In a world where everything is out, 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 we want to see something from here. And that's the function of art. That's why we do what we do. Don't you ever forget that. I'm telling this to myself because I'm going to watch this video back. Don't you ever fucking forget that. Don't you fucking deviate from that. Fuck that. Did you hear what I said? You do not deviate from that path. Ever. Within. Within. That's where you're going. That's where we're going. That's it. I don't care what happens. You got it? I've started reading The New Earth by Eckhart Tolle. Eckhart Tolle, huh? I read The Power of Now in 2016. That's coming up in 10 years in a few months. When I had nothing, nobody. It's funny how it works, huh? I want to read a poem by Charles Bukowski. I performed 2 of his poems in grad school. We're gonna pick a random one. What's going on? The internet is This poem is called Preaching. Under the billowing heat of white tarpaulin church tent, my mother Lord her worship from the top. Under the billowing heat of white tarpaulin church tent, my mother lowered her worshipping hands and leaned into me. You're running away from your calling. Your gift for words is meant for church, not for that skeptical head of yours. The night air was thick with scent of Charlie's perfume. The night air was thick with the scent of Charlie perfume. Earth and sweat, with a chorus of handheld fans flirted. The night air was thick with the scent of Charlie perfume. Earth and sweat, with a chorus of handheld fans fluttering. My doubts doubled due to the shouting pastor, fleecing his flock from small bills to shop for planes and limousines. Even broken men, she said, could channel God's will. Despite their flaws, in their midst of their damage, a light can shine divine. But all my life, I'd remain a questioning man, choosing debate over faith, sparring with my mystery, claiming logic over belief. But in the funeral parlor, the grief of seeing the shell of my mother's body, bereft of spirit, brought death to my inner cynic. With her words, my God, being stuck in my throat as I stood there, her broken son preaching. I just butchered that poem. We're gonna do it again. Under the blowing heat of white tarpaulin church tent, my mother lowered her worshipping hands and leaned into me. You're running away from your calling. Your gift for words is meant for church and not for that skeptical head of yours. The night air was thick with scent of Charlie perfume, earth and sweat, with a chorus of handheld fans fluttering. My doubts doubled due to the shouting pastor fleecing his flock for small bills to shop for planes and limousines. Even broken men, she said, could channel God's will. Despite their flaws, in the midst of their damage, a light can shine divine. Even broken men, she said, could channel God's will. Even broken men, she said, could channel God's will. Despite their flaws, in the midst of their damage. A light can shine divine. But all my life I'd remain a questioning man, choosing debate over faith, sparring with mystery, claiming logic over belief. But in the funeral parlor, the grief of seeing the shell of my mother's body, bereft of spirit, brought death to my inner cynic. With her words, my God, being stuck in my throat as I stood there, her broken son preaching. think that's it for tonight. We're gonna read more poems, I feel like, in this channel. So subscribe. There's a chance. There's a chance in every moment. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I just knocked over the angle. And if we're still alive, I will see you in episode 10.